We're starting late today because Conor was finalizing a deal. Do you want to tell everyone about that?
We have the fight date for McGregor Aldo, the biggest fight of the year.
When's that happening?
Saturday, July 11th, International Fight Week. I'm gonna rip that Brazilian's head off.
That fight is happening right here at the MGM Grand. You heard him, July 11th, UFC 189 International Fight Week. Conor, it happened. How excited are you?
I am calm, composed, and I am ruthless. This is just another man in my way.
All right, let's start this Q&A. He's fired up. We got a huge fight coming July 11th. I know all of you guys have questions. So many in line already. Let's start over here.
Conor, it's a known fact that Aldo has cardio problems, correct? Would it interest you in beating him up for 5 rounds instead of taking his head off clean in 2?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel he cannot finish his dinner, let alone finish an opponent, so if it goes to 5 rounds, which I don't think it will, I will be more than ready. You know, it just takes one clean connection from me and it's done. The facts speak for themselves, so that's the way I feel it will happen. I will go out, I will throw my shots, I will break him down bit by bit, and he will break.
One more question. How much do you weigh right now?
Right now I'm about 170, I'd say.
Fair.
Nice question. Go ahead.
Hey, Conor, welcome to Las Vegas.
Over here.
Yeah.
Hey, you said you could beat any man alive, so you're going to try to step up after you go through the division and take on Anthony Pettis?
Yeah, definitely. I will. I definitely have my eyes on that lightweight division 100%. I will take that featherweight belt and then I will move up 100%.
My fiance's from Ireland, so man, I'm cheering for you.
Thank you so much.
Is the weight cut something that you think about a lot? Like, do you try to stay low because you are a featherweight fighter?
Yeah, definitely. The weight is tough. You must stay right. You know, you can't slack off. You must keep the body weight down and you must stay lean and you must stay in the gym. So that is what I do. But definitely I have my eyes on all divisions. My training partners are welterweights, 170 pounds, Gunnar Nelson, Cathal Pendrith, phenomenal welterweights I train with day in, day out. So I have no problem going right up to welterweight, to be honest. So we will see. I am young. I'm 26 years old, and we will see what opportunities present themselves. But I am here to fight, and when opportunities present themselves, I will take it.
Possibly 3 divisions. All right, I like it. Go. Oh, look at that red suit. You really got dressed up today.
Well,
wow.
They say the word on the town is just the best dressed guy in the UFC, so I figured out of respect, I'd wear my favorite suit. But
You look good, brother. You look good.
Oh, and red shoes.
not many people know,
God.
but 3 men died making this beautiful Italian wool suit. And I gotta say, I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.
May they rest in peace.
But let's get realistic for one moment, shall we? You gotta put yourself in the fans' perspective here. You know, Frankie Edgar, Chad Mendez, Mark Homwick, these were great men who said they were gonna accomplish something now you say you're gonna do. So, putting yourself as, I said, in our perspective, what are you gonna do? What do you have, and why should we believe you?
Yeah, that's actually a good question, but I am a different animal than Frankie and Chad. I believe personally, both of those competitors should be 135ers. I feel Aldo has made a career out of beating short wrestlers who are not the best on the feet. So now it is a different ball game altogether. Now you're coming in against a guy with long reach, range, that's going to come straight from the belt, straight for you. So it is a completely different contest. So all you got to do is look and realize that it is not the same fight.
All right, well, best of luck then. Cheers.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, that outfit. Over here.
Yeah, Mr. Conor McGregor.
With the beer in your
With the
hand.
beer,
So you
a Brazil
started early.
t-shirt,
Whatever.
a Brazil t-shirt and a can of beer.
Hey, man.
This is a question.
Hey, my name is Dylan Duarte, and me and my friend Garcia really want to know what round do you pick Josie Aldo to finish you in? Since you're such a good guy at predicting your fights, what round do you predict Josie Aldo to finish you in, brother? and my friend Michael Garcia really
Get that
We
true
got
media
it.
out here.
Let him answer. We got it. Thank you.
He got there in the end. God bless him. God bless you.
Maybe Michael Garcia can ask the question again. So, thanks. We'll go over here.
Speaking about dress, normally I'd wear a shirt, but for the king, I thought I'd put on a suit and bow tie.
My man, you look good, brother.
Okay, my question is, about 2 years ago, I saw an interview with you, and you talked about not having a pot to piss in, but still not having a pot to piss in. But still, you were being fed grapes like a king. So even though you've won all 5 of your contests in the UFC, I think your biggest accomplishment is where you've come in the 2 years. So my question is, how many pots do you have to piss in now?
I have a few pots to piss in. The suite that I'm staying in the Red Rock, when you step towards the toilet, it lifts by itself. I don't even have to lift the seat anymore. When you sit on it, the seat is preheated. And when you're finished, there's a little button that cleans you, dries you, and everything. So that's where I'm at right now. But thank you. It has been a phenomenal 2-year journey, and I am grateful for the support. Thank you so much.
Can we get a shout out for our Uncle Frank, please?
Always a shout out to Uncle Frank. You know that.
Go ahead. I feel like I'm learning so much about you already. Go ahead.
Hey, Conor, can you give a shout out to the People's Republic of Cork?
Of course I can. I love the Irish. The city of Cork's a phenomenal city.
Can you also tell us who your top 3 all-time sporting Irish legends would be? And one's got to be from Cork.
Well, it's hard to go against Roy Keane. You know, he competed at the highest level and won medals at the highest level in football. Again, Katie Taylor is another one, Olympic champion. I mean, she is putting the men to shame in the boxing game. Who else do we like? I'll tell you, Robbie Keane is another one. You know, is the highest goal scorer in Irish history. He's another legend. So there's 3 legends right there. I'll tell you what, we have some great sports people in our country. I am honoured to be representing my country on a new stage, a stage that we have not been on before.
Last point. We know there's a curfew in Croke Park and there's issues there. How about going back to the day of Eubank and Collins in Park Equive for 2017?
That is interesting. You know, who knows what is around the corner? The stadiums are lined up. There was the issue with the curfew, and it would have cancelled out the pay-per-views. And now that I am on the pay-per-view cut, I'm going with the pay-per-view. So we're going to do July 11th here, International Fight Week in Las Vegas. And then we'll bring it to maybe Croke Park or Park Equive or wherever. One of the stadiums in Ireland, I will defend the belt, I feel.
Can I get a photo afterwards?
Of course you can.
Thank you.
Did I not say no photo requests? Go ahead.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
All right. Conor, I don't have a question, but could you sing us a song? Please.
I need a few of what you're at been having to sing a song, yeah?
Yeah, come on.
Those beers and I'll sing you a
little bit.
Think that's a
bit.
no. Think
What?
that's a no. Sorry. But I'm sure they're serving beers, so you can go get one of those and it'll be fine. Over here.
Conor, how's it going?
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good.
An
I'm
Irish
great,
man.
thanks.
Irish flag looks good on you.
Thank you very much. Before I ask a question, big congratulations on Boston. An Irish radio station said statistically that the Monday after your fight was the biggest requested Monday of annual leave in the country this fucking year.
I love it.
And we will be back in the summer to see you lift that fucking belt.
Yes, we will. I love it. Thank you so much.
So my question is, myself and my brother have been following Nick Diaz for about 6 or 7 years now, and we've been out here to a few of his fights. And when you got signed up by the UFC, we saw some comparisons in the way you fight and your attitude towards the game. And I just wondered, before you signed for the UFC, what was your opinion of Nick Diaz, and did you aspire in any way?
I love Nick Diaz. You cannot be a fight fan. You cannot be a fight fan and not love Nick Diaz. He comes to fight. He comes with his hands up. He never takes a back step. And that's why this is a phenomenal contest. You've got Anderson Silva, one of the pound-for-pound greatest of all time, making that comeback after that injury. He's looking to make a statement, and then you've got Diaz coming forward that does not take a back step. I have to take myself out of fan mode sometimes and just be grateful that I am actually going to be ringside to watch this phenomenal fight tomorrow. So it is going to be something special, I feel.
Brilliant, thanks. And episode 1 of the documentary, fabulous last week.
Thank you so much. Episode 2, we hit Vegas, we sign a new contract. It's a good episode, Handling Business, I titled it.
See you in the summer with that belt.
Thank you.
Who do you think wins the main event?
It's a hard one to call, and since I am not getting paid to be an analyst, I would not give a prediction like that, but I think it's going to be I think the fans win. You get to see Anderson come back. That was less than a year ago that injury happened, and look, he's looking smooth, he's kicking well. I mean, I take inspiration from that. And then, of course, it's hard not to get fired up when Nick Diaz is around. He comes to fight every time. The fans, I feel, win this fight.
All right, good answer. PC, go ahead.
Hi. First of all, I want to say, Megan, you do a great job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
Thank you. And Conor, one of the reasons why people love hearing you talk, it's the way you describe stuff. When you describe stuff, you describe it in great detail. When you describe movement, it's great detail. So can you give us a Conor McGregor explanation about Anderson Silva's movement? What makes him so good? What do you see in his movement? Sell some more pay-per-views right now.
Do you want to work in our marketing department?
Anderson is as fluid as they come, and one thing, as fluid and as creative as they come. A lot of people talk about speed and power and toughness. These are qualities that people talk about a fighter. But not a lot of times you hear people talk about calmness or creativity. And all you have to do is look at Anderson, and that's the definition of calmness. To be in that pressure bubble inside the octagon and to still have that calmness to be creative and work shots that have not been seen before. So Anderson is phenomenal. His movement is fluid, and it's the reason why he is probably the greatest of all time.
Thank you. And also, guys, I just want to say congratulations on your last fight. I know you like finishing fights fast, but I could have seen 10 rounds of that. The way you moved, so patient, it was brilliant. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. I am only warming up. I feel I've only shown 50% of what I'm capable of.
Okay. Well, no one can deny the decisive successes you've achieved in the octagon. What portion of your training camp do you find yourself devoting to visiting the Blarney Stone to achieve the high volume output that us fans have grown accustomed to hearing?
Sorry, one more time?
Yeah, I heard Blarney Stone. I didn't know where that fit. Say it again.
I said your successes, they're very decisive. But what portion of your training camp do you devote to visiting the Blarney Stone to achieve the high volume output that us fans have grown accustomed to?
I don't know. I don't believe, for me, I don't believe in luck. I create my own luck through preparation and through dedication in the gym. So rather than whoop and kiss a stupid stone, I'll kiss the gym, kiss the gym door. That's what I do.
You've earned it all. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Conor. Congrats on your last fight against Dennis Seaver. I wanted to ask you a question. You were a featherweight and a lightweight champion in cage rage. How do you see yourself fighting at 155 stylistically compared to fighting at 145?
Yeah, I feel the preparation is different. In the lead up to a featherweight contest, the training must taper at a certain time, and you must focus on the diet. Definitely, as I grow, 155 will be more comfortable to get to. Will be less stress on the body, and the training and preparation will be different. I feel maybe I will be looser and faster, but yet not smaller either. I'm 5'9" with a 74-inch reach. The current champion is 5'10" with a 72-inch reach. So we are around similar size. So I feel comfortable that 155 will be in my future.
All right, thank you.
A lot of people say during fight week that there's two battles. The first one's with the scale, and then obviously the second one's in the octagon. Would you agree with that? Is it a battle to make weight?
I don't think, unless you are in it, you cannot realize how tough it is for the athletes to make weight. But I think there's for me, there's two battles, but the battle is not inside the octagon. For me, when you step inside the octagon, it's almost like a relief. It's like a sigh of relief because you leave everything else behind. You leave all the other stuff. The weight cut is gone. The two battles for me is, one is the weight cut and two is the media obligations. They are the two battles. The octagon is, it's done. I am free. I get to do what I set out to do. So
Have fun and get paid.
exactly.
Nice.
Right. First of all, Megan,
Oh, geez, yes?
have you ever thought about being a UFC ring girl? Because you're a lot sexier than all these ring girls walking around.
Smooth.
Thank you, but no, thank you. That's very sweet.
Well, you should be. Second of all, Conor, the man, the myth, the legend. Anyway, you know the Stay Ready brand, the Stickman. Reebok should sign that because that's your brand and that's what you're known for. And I've got the tattoo.
Don't worry, my friend. That is in the works. That logo's in the air at the minute, but don't you worry. You are right. That is my brand. It was a successful brand. We sold a lot of merchandise. The fans got behind that logo, and it is my logo, and it will be coming to Reebok. You best believe that.
Yeah, tell Uncle Frank to get the paycheck out. I'm done. Bye.
Oh, yes, Q&As are the best. Go ahead.
My buddy is fighting his first amateur fight for a title tomorrow night. I just want to get a shout out for him tomorrow.
Yeah, tell him best of luck, and most of all, have fun.
He's very influenced. He's fighting at 145. And I really want to see you knock out Chad Mendez. What do you think about him?
Yeah, I believe Chad. You know, when I get through Jose and when I take that belt, when that belt gets clicked around my waist, there's a question that the fans want answered. The wrestling question. How can he deal with the wrestler, you know? So Chad is in that bracket. Chad, Frankie, Ricardo to a lower scale. You know, I will get around to each and every one of them. I said one by one I will take them all out. Now we have Jose next, but there are still many behind him.
Thank you. Good luck.
I actually want to touch on that. Obviously, Jose's next, July 11th. But between Ricardo and Frankie and Chad, who do you think is the strongest mixed martial artist in the group?
I'd say Frankie. You know, he held the lightweight belt and he's been successful at featherweight. But still, I feel he should be a 135er. Coming up against me, it would not be a good night for him. Chad is a wrestler with an overhand right. Also should be a 135er. Lamas is rubbish, really. He should be cut.
Fair enough.
Conor, Conor McGregor. I was going to ask, what do you think is Josie Aldo's biggest flaw that you were going to pick apart?
For me, if I was to speak on Jose's skill, I would say his boxing. I don't feel his boxing is great. I feel his shot selection is poor. I would class him as an intermediate at best. I feel his kicking game is overrated as well. He's got a good right low kick, but his he cannot kick high. I don't feel there's anything special about him. He's just another body that moves the way they all move that I will shut down.
All right, thank you.
The King, go ahead.
Hey, Conor McGregor, it's awesome to be able to ask you a question right now. I can't believe you're doing the Q&A. I planned to come here back in November, and this is like the coolest thing about the whole event right now.
Thank you so much. I am grateful for that. Thank you, sir.
But my question was there a moment, and when was it, that you knew you were the baddest 145-pounder on the planet?
You know, through years in the gym, through wins, through losses, through life, I just realized that if you say it to yourself and you look yourself in the eye and look yourself in the mirror and truly, truly believe that not a man alive can beat you, then that is the way it is. And just through hours in the gym and preparation, I feel that I am untouchable right now.
That's awesome. Thank you, and keep taking those
Thank
heads.
you, sir. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Hey, Conor, I'm a big fan. There's a lot of people out there in my country and my cousin sitting over there that are non-believers. Can you please let them know how you're going to take out Jose Aldo?
What is your country, first of all?
Guatemala.
Nice.
Yeah, you know, it's an educational process with people. I feel they didn't believe me when I showed up. It was UFC caliber, and then I go through the UFC caliber, and then it was the striker, and then it was the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, then it was the top 10. It's a process, you know, so they will all bow eventually, mark my words.
Thank you.
Hi, Conor. We've come over from Scotland for the Fight 6, my friends and I. And myself and my friend Ryan, the jockey Boyle, last night were sitting thinking, before we fight on a Saturday night, we normally have 10 pints of lager and a doner kebab. What do you have, Conor?
I have no idea what he even said.
That sounds like a good time, yeah? Before I fight, on the Friday?
Yeah.
You know, after making weight, I would love, make no mistake, I would love to have 10 pints and a doner kebab before I fight, but it will definitely hamper my performance. So I must, especially after making weight, I must be clean. And usually Friday night, I just have a nice big steak, go to a big steakhouse and eat clean. But then after it, 10 pints and a doner kebab, yeah?
Nice hat.
Conor, how you doing, brother? My name's Diami from New York City. Awesome to talk to you, man.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. So, in the Chinese zodiac, 2015 is the year of the goat. So, being that it's your year, I can't wait to see you smash Josie in the summer, bro.
That's an interesting one because I am, make no mistake, I'm setting up to be the greatest of all time.
You are, bro.
I am working towards it, and I will go down as the greatest of all time. So for that, is it really 2015 the year of the goat? It was meant to be.
There you go, brother. Thanks, man.
Hey, Conor. Another guy from Scotland here. I've read that Josie Aldo's low kicks are more powerful because he used to play soccer when he was young. I was wondering if you ever played soccer and if you're a fan of Glasgow Celtic.
Yeah, I used to play soccer. Football was a big thing, like most boys around Ireland, Scotland, England. It's a big part of culture. And of course, I'm a fan of Celtic, you know. But I think that's misconstrued. You know, your kicks are stronger because you play football. You know, your kicks are stronger because you practice kicking. But yeah.
When did you stop playing soccer?
When I realized it was for women, you know, I would rather fight.
Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Conor? Man, you have really good striking. You know, you throw a lot of good striking techniques. So tell me, what's your, favorite striking technique to throw? Like your go-to?
Every time I feel there's something new, you know, I suppose my go-to, I don't really have a go-to.
Like your favorite thing to throw, you know what I mean? To really hurt
I
him.
would love to land that spinning hook kick.
Okay.
I feel it's coming. It was cleaner this time than it was again in the Poirier fight. I'm getting better each time, I feel.
Nice.
With Dennis, he was hunched over. He was a left-sided fighter. And when you fight a left-sided fighter, you have that lean, so the kick goes over. Whereas more if you fight the right-sided fighter, similar to an Aldo or even Brandao, he was more heavy with that right hand. They walk into that spinning hook kick. And I feel I'm getting cleaner and cleaner and cleaner with. So one day I would love to catch someone flush with the heel to the chin.
Cool. Okay, thanks.
Conor, what's up, man?
Hello, sir.
All right, two things. I know the UFC is with Reebok, but would you ever consider going with Nike since Anderson Silva is the greatest of all time, and you just said you're going to be the greatest of all time? Greatest of all time with Nike. I think it'd be a good fit. And number two, I saw you give Seaver the finger last time. Are you going to give Aldo the finger or touch gloves?
Stop. You're trying to take money out of my pocket now. I'm with Reebok. Make no mistake, Reebok is the premier brand around here. I'm bringing Reebok back.
We're going to have to talk afterwards.
Great answer.
But as far as the stick my finger up, you know, when it's time to fight, it's time to fight. Through all the bullshit that gets said and through all, touch gloves and let's do it. Now it's time to see who was right. Let's see who was talking sense. Let's see who was talking truth. And he did not touch my glove, so I stuck my finger up at him. He is the guy that was abusing steroids, not me. You know, he was the cheat that got this big opportunity that he probably did not deserve. So he didn't touch my glove, so I stuck my finger up at him. You know what I mean? Whatever. it is what it is.
Good luck, man.
Everyone is so dressed up today.
I should have worn a suit, right?
I know, I feel underdressed. Jeez.
It's a sporty. I was only out of bed.
What's happening, Notorious?
Hello, sir. Looking good. That's a nice tie.
I try, my man. I try. Hey, listen, not as sharp as you, though. Anyhow, you are the Eddie Murphy of MMA, man. You truly are the freaking Eddie Murphy, man. And you back it up. I appreciate that. Follow me on Twitter, man. Johnny Alpha Lion. So I can DM with you and you know.
We can become bros.
Fuck yeah.
Have a beer.
Fuck
Let's
yeah.
do it.
All
Talk
right.
about ties.
Hey, stay ready, bro.
Thank you so much.
Was that the whole thing? All right.
What's going on, Conor? Question. So you kind of mentioned it earlier about Jose's legs kicks being overrated. If it was anything that most people took from that last fight was that your front leg was wide open and that would be a way that he could pick you apart. Is there anything that you're going to do to change that? And also, when you hopped out the cage and you got in his face and he didn't react to you at all, how was that?
You think he didn't react, but I could feel a reaction. If he didn't react, then where the fuck was he when we were supposed to face off in the octagon? It was a superstition. I wanted to look him dead in the eye. It was done. I was done with Dennis. I wanted to put that energy right through Jose's chest and look him dead in the eye. So that was it. He should have taken the opportunity to respond back, but he went running. He was superstitious. He does not get in the cage unless he has a fight. But superstitions is another word for fear, to make no mistake about it.
Good luck.
I actually want to ask you a question. There's a picture that everyone's seen now when you came over to Jose's section in the audience, and there's like a little girl between you guys. Who is that?
It was a fucked up scene, yeah. I jumped over the cage, adrenaline going, and I sees his little skinny Brazilian head, and I'm running for him. And then that little girl was actually my little niece, my niece from Ireland. So I was like, what the? And then my girlfriend was there. It was just a weird. I don't know what was going on, to be honest. Your emotions are going crazy. I was just screaming at him, but my niece seemed to love it. She was like, she was just looking up laughing. It was a weird one, all right, but fuck it, it is what it is.
Hey, Conor. Hi. I'm Fred from Montreal. That's why I have a big French accent. I really enjoy watching you fight, man, by the way. We all know here that you're always very arrogant with your opponent, very cocky. So do you think you will be a more humble man after you lose against Josie Aldo?
Never! Because it never will happen.
You.
I'm gonna smoke him, trust me. Every time it's a new guy, this is a new question. When I
still
whoop
wanted
him and make it
autograph.
look easy, you will have nothing to say. I'm gonna smoke him, trust me. And then I'm gonna be extra cocky thinking of you.
Thank you, man. I still want an autograph if I see you.
Go ahead.
Hello, Conor. My name's Jordan. I'm from Newfoundland, Canada. I'm a huge... Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, Canada.
Anyways, I'm a huge fan. You're a huge inspiration to me. But, hey. Anyways, what I wanted to ask you was, how come you have such a focus on anatomical movement, like such as the human movement? Like, you've been quoted saying before, you have a PhD in human movement. He's a gorilla. You study animal movement. You've also been quoted saying that. Why do you find that so beneficial to you, and how do you find that separates you from the rest?
I think in MMA fell into a pattern. You know, every style is a style. Boxing has its certain movements. Kickboxing has its certain movements and its certain approach. And MMA originally was designed to be free, to use them all, but it fell into a pattern of a certain stance, a certain approach to training. I feel it became about lifting weights and training heavy rounds. But for me, I was not interested in that. You know, at the end of the day, the brain is what makes the body move right and move left. So you must nurture that. And it's not about lifting heavy weights and sparring hard. It's about freeing the body, being loose, being flexible, having great balance. That's the basis of what martial arts is about. So that is what I am doing, and I am just trying to learn every way that the human body can move. And I truly feel I am only a white belt in the broad spectrum of movement, but my competitors have yet to even begin, I feel.
Awesome, man. That was a beautiful answer, and I think that's a real champion's mentality right there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I actually want to ask you a question off that. Today I got a tweet from a U.S. Olympic gold medalist in gymnastics, Dominique Mucianu, and she wanted to know, because you're so interested in movement, have you ever thought of making gymnastics a key component? We saw guys like GSP really focusing on gymnastics. Is that something that interests you?
Yeah, I feel you must train everything, but without getting... I never think it's a good thing to become obsessed with one style of training. Now, you see that a lot. If I was to give a comparison, I would look at the Cub Swanson-Frankie Edgar fight. I felt personally Cub fell in love with boxing and was walking out to the contest with boxing coaches. He became a boxer, and his other disciplines fell short. That is what happens to a lot of people. Even if you look at George St. Pierre, I feel he was doing gymnastics maybe 2 times a week, and don't get me wrong, gymnastics is phenomenal. The strength and control they have over their body is absolutely phenomenal. But you must not get addicted, or you must not get obsessed with one particular style. You must continue to be free, because there are pros and cons to every single approach to training. Whereas gymnastics are phenomenal, but they bounce on.
It's like a springboard.
It's like a springboard, so they actually lose some of their bounce through training on that. So that's why it's important to mix it around. So I have trained gymnastics before. It is great fun, and it's powerful, controlled power. But I look to just train in absolutely everything. I am open to train in anything, and I always do.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing? I just want to ask. I just want to say, hey, you look really good in the last fight in the octagon, and you're a really composed fighter. And I just wanted to ask, what was going through your mind, and what was your intentions going back to jumping that fence, charging Jose Aldo, man?
Yeah, I looked around and I seen him. He was floating around the hotel. He had this little stupid poster. He put on this little cheap king suit. The thing looked like it was worth about $5 max. He looked ridiculous. So I was seeing this happen during fight week, and then I seen his little skinny Brazilian head. The fight was done. The emotions took over. I bounced over the cage, and I just started screaming at him. I just wanted to put that energy right through his chest, let him know now it's his time. Now your time is up.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, forget what everybody says, man. I got you. I got you over Jose, and you're gonna take it, baby.
Thank you so much.
Don't worry about what anybody says. You got this.
I never do, but thank you.
How you doing, Conor? Two quick questions. For fighters who've got cracked, like you cracked Dustin Poirier, like you cracked Dennis Seaver, like you cracked Marcus Brimage, do you think they can ever recover from that? Kind of like Anderson Silva, when he got cracked by Weidman, no offense. Do you think he can recover from that after their chin has been,
You only have, that's why I've said this is a short game. That's why my motto, get in, get rich, get out. This is the game we are in. You only have so many smacks you can take. You only have so many 5-round wars that you can take. And that's why I feel so confident going in there against Jose. He's had many 5-round wars. He hasn't finished a fight in a long time. It's been consistent shots to the head. And then you look at his training approach. It's heavy sparring. It's no head guard. That's why I spoke on deterioration. And that is why I feel confident that when I go in and I crack him, it will be done. It's the same way with them all. Like I said, it's too much focus on heavy sparring, too much focus on the grind, whereas it should be about being free and being loose and flexibility, balance, control, speed. These are the fundamentals of martial arts, and this is what I am working towards, and that's why I feel I am at the next level, or I am on my way to that next level.
And one more thing, I'd like to make a little prediction for your fight against Aldo. At the end of the bout, the referee has stopped this contest 20 seconds into the first round. Your winner and new UFC featherweight champion, the notorious Conor McGregor!
Yeah! I tell you what, you're hired, yeah? Get that man a job.
That's a great note to end it on. Unfortunately, we have to wrap it up, but what a way to wrap it up. Guys, don't forget, July 11th, UFC 189, right here at the MGM Grand International Fight Week. Conor McGregor versus
Thank
Josie
you so much,
Aldo.
everybody. Have
Thanks,
a great
guys.
weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow.